Yeah, it's a little longer than I thought it would be, but you know, sometimes I like to do. Like to have a discussion, debate. You know, it's like that. You know, I like to give my opinions like that. You know, get me rolling on that. I'll get the ball going. Oh well.
And he slipped away because all these blowhards were going at it in the wrong sense and direction, to where, you know, well, I agree that the trolls need to be a part of, let's say, helping shame someone like that publicly and keeping them on blast. And they didn't even really do their part. They were just, well, they didn't really know what to do besides to try to, you know, get him kicked out of his place, which I was just in the background going, fuck you, right? He definitely messed with the wrong people, but also he got a lot of people, I'm talking about the road, got a lot of people to come out as, that were state actors, and that was one of my goals too, is to see that come into fruition. But the problem is here with the rodent guy is that he said that he was going to sue some of the state actors that were harassing him because of the...
Yeah, and I remember some of the names. You know, some of the key players like that. You know, I remember he was trying to sue Merv and Hemming as well too, saying they're not real lawyers, and that the rodent was talking about saying, oh, Merv can't pass the LSAT test. That's another thing too. He was talking about saying, oh, I did a 190 LSAT test. And people was like, oh, how do you get a 190? And he was talking about Hemming being a fake lawyer. You know, but Felipe Hemming's not a real lawyer. His wife, Kristen Hemming, is a lawyer. But yeah, she's a sweatshirt dachshund attorney. You know, that's when I started hanging around. I mean, I had others come out there. And I had a good person come up to me, you know, and we started, you know, thinking mine's like, you know, it was, yeah, Mitchell Brooks it was, yeah, guy. And he said about, you know, he was telling me about stories about Adam Crack, California Guardian as well. Then talking about how Tom Zebra buys subscribers and this and that, like that. But biggest one like Adam Crack, like that. Because I remember there was Scientology where they went audit like back 3-4 years ago. They had to go to court for like that. The original, not OG too, not, you know, Jonathan Green, you know, Buckeye. The old original Guardian. He was, I think what his name was. Johnny Five-O was there at the start like that. Adam Crack tried to pick a fight with the security guard like that. And he kept saying, you're going to jail like that. Well, guess what? I heard Adam Crack got busted like that. Cybertron busted Adam Crack as well, saying, you know, because he was live streaming driving like that, got him fired his job like that. And he's always bitching like that. Cybertron said, well, damn, Adam. I said, Adam, well, stop breaking the fucking law and you won't get in trouble like that. And Adam Crack tried to tell me, like, oh, I didn't get no felony. Like, dude, you pleaded to another felony. Yeah, great job by your Hemming attorney. She said, oh, she got me out. No, you forgot to read the credentials of your probation, Adam. And guess what happened? He fucked up and he got busted for contraband. So that's another thing. Yeah, I remember he was trying to sue these so-called state actors coming like Woodward. And some of the state actors were coming from the Speakeasy Discord server. I remember back then, like years ago, it used to be the 1A community versus the Speakeasy people, like that. I mean, that was kind of good times as well. I'll admit that.
Violation of the registry and so forth, and harassing somebody that's on the registry. That was his goal. That, come to find out, that was his goal, and is his goal, to sue some people. But it was. He presented it to me that he was going to be able to take care of some of the state actors online that were bullying people, and when he just wanted to basically sue one person, Flathead, that had money, but it looks like they're actually LARPing together. And what Yax won't mention is Flathead Corruption Watch that gave the rodent thousands of dollars, even after knowing about the charges. And I left. That's why this looks like some type of a G-stage where they're helping protect Flathead and the rodent. They're actually helping promote for this sicko, right? And I don't do that. My channel didn't make videos for him like he wanted me to. He was downloading my videos and so.
Yeah, and I always remember for months and months and months on end. First, Philemon was talking about, oh, me and Cox were best moderators for Mount. Then he would say we were the best moderators. First he was saying we are best moderators. Then we were best moderators. When the rodent had, he must have had hundreds. I mean, oh god. I mean, there was Jamie in there, Genty, Flathead, Maggie in there, Froggy, that Allentown guy in there. Cox and I were not the only moderators. He had a ton of moderators in there too. He has some known First Amendment, in there. Oh God, I try to remember some other ones that were in there. I remember. Oh God, I remember. I'm trying to think of other names, but that was some of the names I remember as well too. That Top Cat, yeah, that dude's one of him. Yeah, he had hundreds of moderators. Give people wrenches like that. Say, oh, drop your links. Show me your videos. We can collaborate. I mean, that was one thing. He's trying to say, oh, I could build up a good station, WD, on a wicked developed radio network. Finds out it was all a hoax and a fake as well.
So forth. But this mangina, right?
Yeah.
Isn't gonna go into.
Yeah, he's got a big mangina, just like Dinkus is.
Scratching the surface, playing Mr. Popularity like he's on some polygamist, blarp, and which I was doing like last year was the polygamist blarp, the sister wives blarp, so forth. And you know what, Yax, you're just old news, and you got old balls. And you're pigeon-toed, and you got to act tough on the internet, like you.
Yeah, that's the problem with these fucking puss bags. They're yesterday's news. They're still hanging in amateur hour, like Yax, Malibu, Philemon, Dink, and Norsack, and now you got Boohoo trying to get in there. They're just hanging with their baby nuts in hand, trying to get to reach around, checking each other's dipstick, see if it's lubed up or not, like that. Get their man-giants all tangled in a web like in a panty shot, shit like that. Like I said, they're yesterday's news, and they're still in the amateur hour.
Somebody, but you're still only scratching the surface, right? Especially with some of the let's say beefs that we had, still only scratching the surface.
Like I said, if someone, even if a 30-year-old or a 25-year-old came and said, "Oh, I just had sex with a consensual, so it's legal," I would be like, "That's gross, dude. Don't try and involve me in that little web, okay?" There's a lot of 2019. I wasn't trying. And I missed all of that going down. And even 2020, I didn't stream until 2020 from August. So,
hey, that's pretty good.
Where did she get this info from? What info, Jules? I'm not sure. It wasn't really Tiffany. It was Fellowman's trying to. Tiffany is Aaron Cox is Tiffany's sister. She's a piece of shit.
Oh,
you weirdo.
Well, you know what?
It's always been a bit weird.
At least I'm not a pigeon-toed loser living with Mama. All right.
Yep.
Keep it at that.
But from a sort of point of view that the Anunnaki are controlling the world.
Oh, here's another thing too. At least I'm not a fucking British UK bloody dab all butt her over a failed botched relationship. Get over it, Yax, man. Tiffany, you and Tiffany did it. It wasn't meant to be. Jesus. Like I said, and it's just me. He still bitch and moan like that, as well. And I hear that Yankee still harasses and stalks Tiffany and tries to email her, make contact with her.
And although I don't agree with that, I mean, it's that's fair enough. Believe that if you want to believe that.
It's called the Griata Treaty. I tried to tell him about it. And I'll drop a link in the description box about that.
He did do a stream about Syria, which was misrepresenting the military that's over there, and disrespectful.
What I was doing is presenting my findings in the way I looked at that conflict. That's what we do in America, is give our opinions upon our findings. You see where this Manchester piece of shit, pigeon-toed little pussy.
This piece of shit British blowfucker.
He was only gonna spend a minute on me, right?
I would say he was just a bit diva. It wasn't. But there's a guy called Fellowman who attacked my children, who's now trying to link me in with the whole Aaron Cox thing because they've never got on. I was so far removed from it, I got enough on my fucking plate than to worry about fucking bullshitting on the fucking. Renee used to always do that. She used to always message me, even when I was away on holiday. They're like, "Oh, look at this, this person said this about this."
Fatality.
No, he did.
Like, obviously, if it was something serious. But it wasn't. It was just.
He did. That's what he did. He would unblock people and come back into Hangouts and go, "There's people talking shit about me. I'm going to tear them up." Right? I mean, dude, this guy is so funny.
Yeah, talking that British accent. They're taking the bloody piss on me. On these hobbits and crumpets and death. Look at these fucking bloody hobbits on me.
So called this person this, and now this one's done a video on this, and I take it, whatever. See you later.
So you guys,
You're okay with
the
this
more
friend?
idiot.
Yeah, and you guys say, yeah, all these fucking haters, all these bloody toads. They're just so fucking bloody stupid. Just a fucking bloody hobbit daft punks.
That talk about the rodent LARP, okay, helps prove my side of things, the way I saw it, what I found at the surface, you know, little beyond the surface. But the pattern shows that police have used minors in the past and
Yes, they have.
currently, according to Harris County, Texas, where they were using minors on their task force and also having orgies and giving them drugs and shit like that, right? It's happening, and without looking at that side of things, okay, and becoming the fourth branch of oversight.
You know, as well too. Some people think, oh, you only have episodes. I have seen a few episodes on Law and Order where cops use like in confidential informants of minors as well too. It happens for real. They do like that, where a juvenile gets tangled up into the wrong side of the tracks in the law, and the cop's like, well, you're either gonna be facing some charge like that, or you can become my informant snitch. You know, we'll drop the charges. You just gotta do a few things for me. You know, some hangouts, some stakeouts like that. You know, and there are going to be situations where, you know, a foreman or an undercover, where they're going to be in some, you know, less desirable situation like booze, drugs, some sex going on as well. It happens.
You get cucks, right, that are bowing to the crown and accepting the real sick shit that's happening in your backyard. See, we can do something about it here. Right, we can do something about it here as far as being the oldest. All he can do is have his hands tied and sit here and cluck in the chicken coop like he's the main rooster, but without feathers. I mean, seriously.
Well, it was okay.
Haven't you guys ever seen that stressed out rooster that's just got no feathers?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen that? I mean, it's pretty prevalent. It does happen because he's too stressed out to run all of his bitches around. To these cuff, but he's pigeon-toed. You guys see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Squeaky pigeon-toed.
It's fellow man. He's trying to say like I was defending Aaron Cox back in the day. I didn't defend him. I just said I didn't know anything about it.
No, isn't that convenient? Oh, isn't that convenient? No. He went around and said that I apologized to people for what I did, so he could try to keep me around to make videos for his stupid ass crew. Because once again, the handlers there, see, trying to be my handler, right? Like Kickstand and Renee and Yax, right? Trying to be even Ghost handler, right? So they could kick back and watch somebody do the work against their enemies, and so they could kick back and just watch it all go down and laugh while somebody takes the heat for it. That's what puss bags from the UK do, right? No balls, pigeon-toed, scratch the surface, pieces of shit.
It's about to be involved.
Yeah, that's all they do is scratch the surface. They don't dig deep, you know, to find out the real story and the truth.
I mean, you see that my history of my stream. July the 15th was my last stream in 2009. Dead 19. Going in the August 2020. So that's fine. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and if people want to believe that I actually got involved in that and thought, yeah, that's cool. What's wrong with raping a 16-year-old? That's fine. Then you're a fucking idiot. It's a little bit like the Tommy Robinson situation when when you speak to people, yeah, he's exposing grooming of the girls. No, he's not. When he
And
went to
if
prison,
idiots like this and Fellowmon think that I was actually shaming the victim, where I was stating, the girl was on heroin, and I think the police gave her the drugs before.
You know, just like those fucking dumbass, like, you know, Philemon, Dank, you know, Norsack, you know, they're they go around saying I do videos, I've shown underage and teen girls on screen. You know, they're calling me sicko and creepy because it's in their mind. They think, you know, in their perspective, thinking I want to fuck him, have sex with him, which is, you know, and the girls on the screen, I've done like, you know, girls having tattoos and professional models. Those are not teen girls. And I've never ever mentioned about, oh yeah, I want to fuck her. Not once, never.